Now let's go to our dialogue UI over here. We're gonna add a script, and we're gonna make sure that it is put in our scripts folder. So scripts UI. We're gonna leave this dialogue underscore UI and press open, then press create. And inside of this, we need to do a few things. We're going to let's see, can I copy any of this over? Maybe? Question mark. So let's see. Let's not for now. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to say at onReady variable. So it's going to ready the dialog box that's already in here, right? And then it's also going to, we're also going to make the label ready. Oops, onReady variable dialog label equals dialog. Box dot get node dialog label. There's that. All right, we're gonna need a boolean to tell whether it's showing or not, and we're just gonna set that by default to false. All right, we don't need the onReady, but we do need a couple functions here. And that's weird. I'm pretty sure I pressed enter, but I guess not. Alright, there we go. Alright, so now what we can do is we're gonna, in our next function, which is actually going to just pay English, we're gonna copy and paste this just like that. I don't need that comment, I already know it's called every frame. We're gonna change show dialog to hide dialog. We don't need to pass anything through it. And then all we're gonna do is delete this, change this to false, change this to false, and remove the extra parenthesis apparently. Alright. Let's see, that's all set up and good, and that should make our mayor script good eventually. Maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out, and then we'll get back after these messages. We'll be right back. Alright, so I forgot a line up here, and that's really what really irritated it. Was I need to define, it was telling me, and I wasn't listening, that I needed to define the scene root, and I need to say get tree dot get current scene. There you go. Now it's defined. Now it's happy. All right. Now we can continue with finishing our interact. Oh, we are already at 25 minutes. All right. Let's go ahead and finish the script, and then we'll do a little short part B in a little bit after this. So, Where was I? If StoryManager not flag, story dialogue UI show dialogue. Yes, right here. Dialogue default. That's what it should be. Then if trigger on first talk and not has triggered, then we're gonna say story manager dot set flag story flag trigger. Really gotta stop putting those parentheses in because it puts it in for me. And then we're gonna set has triggered to true, and then back up and say else dialog UI dot show dialog after flag. And then otherwise what you're gonna do is dialog UI dot show dialog underscore default. You know what? I'm just gonna keep going and I'll just split it into two. Actually, I think is probably gonna be the best way to do it rather than pausing, resetting everything up. It'll just be a two-part video, one video split into two parts. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. All right. So we need to make a new function here, and we're gonna say function show dialog. It's gonna be passing some text, and we have type string. I say variable scene root is equal to get tree dot get current scene variable dialog underscore UI is equal to scene root dot get node or null. It's gonna be dialog UI. If dialog UI and dialog UI dot show dialog text. So what we're gonna do is make a few changes to this. This is the mayor script, and I just realized while I was typing this that I gave you the default. What I ended up changing the default NPC script to, so or the generic NPC script. So this one we copy and paste it over here into the NPC. We don't have to redo everything, so don't hate me yet. Don't unsubscribe. All we need to do is just change a few things here, and what we're gonna change is what are we gonna change? So we need this to be trying to think. We're not going to need this part right here on the mayor, right? So we can kind of backspace some of these a little bit. Nope, that messed things up. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to end up changing just this part right here. And what we're going to say is if not StoryManager. No, how do I want to do this? While I'm thinking about that, let's go ahead and just go to our guard, and we're gonna add a new script to our guard, and we're just gonna do our guard NPC because we can just copy and paste all that and then change the dot. And I know how I want to do that one. So originally I had the mayor, I guess, let me explain. Originally I had the mayor as a generic NPC, and so, and then the guard was just a special one. But the mayor, well, I guess for this it wouldn't really matter, right? So we can just leave the mayors like that, and that's fine. But the guard we have to change. So the guards is going to be very much similar. Okay. So in that, we're gonna just copy the mayor, paste it into the guard, and really for the guard, all we're gonna change is just this portion here. So what we're gonna say is if not StoryManager dot get flag met mayor, then dialogue dot, whoops, not after flag dot UI dot show dialogue. And what we're going to do is we're going to hard code in what we want him to say. You need to speak to the mayor first. So that line is saying if we're going to check for this, have you met the mayor flag? If you haven't, then he's going to tell you you need to meet the mayor first. Otherwise, if not StoryManager dot get flag, I did the parenthesis again, can enter forest. There we go. We're gonna set the flag saying that you can enter the forest. So what we're doing is we're creating our own flag. So there's no need to go up to, there's no need to scroll up and create individual flags in the variables like up here. We're creating them down here. We're telling it what to look for. Why don't you like that one? Oh, I forgot I put a period instead of an underscore. All right, we're gonna say dialogue dot UI dot show dialogue, and so this is gonna be where we change what he says. He's gonna say, all right, the mayor told me you may enter the forest. Right, and so then we're going to look for gate. So we need to name that gate. As we've seen, root dot get node or null. It's going to check to see if it's in there or if it's null. Basically, if the gate is there, then we're going to say gate dot queueFree, and then we're going to say else, after backing up a little bit, right, else dialogue dot UI dot show dialogue, the forest is waiting. All right, so that's the guard. Now let's see, the mayor this should work. Question mark. So let's test it out. There's a lot of typing. Alright, so that still shows up. Press enter. You need to speak to the mayor first. Back up, it goes away. Let's see, make sure the gate is still there. I'm still not sure what that is. There's probably like a little collision that I'm bumping into right there from the ground tiles. There's the mayor. Let's talk to him. It says stay safe out there. How about you talk to me first? Interesting. So something happened there. So let's see what's going on. What messed up? You know why? Because I didn't change it here. The story flag triggered here. It needs to be met mayor. And we need to make sure that on both of these, trigger on first talk is checked marked. Now let's try it, and it should work. Oop, all right. You need to speak to the mayor. Okay. Hello, traveler. Hello, traveler. But he didn't say anything afterwards. Alright, the mayor told me you may enter the forest. The forest is waiting. And I'm really gonna fix that between videos. There's the gate. It's gone. There we go. Branching dialogue. It only took us 40 minutes in total. Well, 37 minutes and 44, 5, 6. You get the point. It was a long time. The other thing is you could probably put in here the forest is not safe. Be careful. And now let's see if that works. No, that didn't work. Why didn't that work? Interesting. Let's cut that out and let's put it up here. And let's see. Oh, you know why? Because I put it on the guard like a knucklehead. Alright, now let's try it. Still not triggering that stay safe out there part, but that's okay. Let's go. It still works. So, in the next video, this dialogue, it seems really complicated, but once you get the skeleton down, you're good. So basically what we have here, I'm going to spend a few more minutes just to give you guys hope. Alright? Dialogue is annoying in any game that you do. I hate it. I hate it in Unity. I hate it in Unreal. I hate it in Godot. But unless you're going to have a whole bunch of cutscenes with drawing images and little static comic type style stuff, especially in an RPG, you got to have the dialogue, right? So, what you're going to need to do is, as you guys are planning out your games, my best advice on this is figure out who the important characters are, right? Then you have your one generic NPC dialogue, which is this guy right here, right? And from there, if I drop an NPC into here, so say if I wanted to add a new one here, we'll just say this. We'll duplicate the mayor, move him down here, and say Schmuck. Right, that's who that guy is. We're gonna drop that. We're gonna add in our NPC script right there. So mayor better not have the NPC. No, he has that mayor. Okay, so we got that one right. Okay, now in our NPC script that we have here, wait, why is there, what happened there? Something messed up. Alright, hold on. let me just close this. I'm gonna take my NPC script, which is here, and drag it onto Schmuck. Alright, so now when we open it, Schmuck has that. And here we're gonna say, go check out the store. Alright, and we're gonna run down. There's a little home slice. Go check out the store, right? So he's not important. He's just gonna be some random NPC, right? The people that are important should have their own NPC scripts, right? So really, the mayor needs his own one. We coded it the same way we did the NPC just because I didn't plan it properly. That was my fault. I apologize. I'll do better in the future videos. Aside from that, don't forget to keep learning, keep building, and I'll see you in the next video, whatever we end up